One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good afternoon. All right, I'm on my way to the spa because y'all, I was supposed to get a facial last Thursday on my birthday when I had my massage, and I could not because of the Cure treatment that I did. And there'll be more information coming out about Cure. You'll see a couple of reels and a couple of posts about a new microdermabrasion system called Cure. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. They're going to sponsor some of my posts and some of my videos. So I'll talk a little more about that. But so I'm headed to the spa now to get my facial. And I wanted to jump on and create this video for you. And it's all about love will never be all that you need. Okay? And the only love, so let me preface this video by saying the only love that is all that you need is God's love, is Jesus's love. Now that's all the love that you need, okay? All the love you need is from the Lord. But when you're thinking about human beings, when you're thinking about flawed human beings, no, you're going to need more than that. You're going to need more than that, okay? I often have clients, men and women alike, they love for me to explain the concept that love is conditional, okay? They hear me say that. They hear me say that on podcasts. They hear me say that in session. And they want clarity on that. And I'm happy to give you some clarity, okay? I'm happy to give you clarity about that. Because that is an adult concept. That's a concept that emotionally mature adults understand. And let me tell you who struggles with that concept more than anybody, based on the people that I've dealt with. So based on all my years of living on earth, and based on my years of being a counselor, being a therapist, based on, just all the experience that I've had with people, guess who struggles with that comment the most? Me saying love is conditional. Guess who struggles with that the most? Men. Men, they hear that and that puts them off. They hear that and they're like, oh, what? But guess what? There are some mature men. There are some emotionally mature men that understand what I'm saying when I say that. As a matter of fact, there are men that I personally know that's the reason why those men say, hey, a man's value is in what he does. Like, men don't have that inherent value of, oh, I'm just born here, so just give me everything I want. Like, mature men understand what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. They know that there are conditions to being with a woman. Okay? Some of y'all are just going to go clean over your head. Okay? But most men who are mature, who've been around for a while, who are wise, they know what I'm talking about. They know that, most men are not just going to show up and just just be inherently loved by a woman, right? There is value that must be added. There's something that's happening that's making that woman go, oh, okay, right? But this idea of, I'm just going to show up and be myself, and the woman is just going to love me unconditionally, okay? Most mature people understand that's not how it works. And again, what's so interesting is, so men are the ones that I get the pushback on that the most. But what I find so interesting is if I offer that up, like, oh, well then, if love is unconditional, then sure, I'll show up and I'll just be me, which I believe I'm fabulous, and, you'll love me. And they're like, well, what am I getting out of it? Like, what are you bringing to the table? Here we go. So if it don't work that way for me, why would it work that way for you? Right? If because y'all are so transactional, and that's a lot of it. I mean, a lot of this stuff that we're seeing in the last 5 years is coming about because love, in my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, but love is a non-factor. Y'all are so transactional. Y'all are so, if you do this, I'll do that. If you give me this, I'll give you that. Like, love is a non-factor. If we're being honest, in the last 5 or 10 years, a lot of y'all don't even believe in love. You don't even believe in falling in love. You believe in agreements. You believe in contracts. You believe in, the transactional, you do this and I'll do that. That's what a lot of y'all believe in, if we're being honest. You don't even believe in genuine love. Like that people would do things for you out of genuine love. You don't believe in that. So that's what I find is so interesting. I get all this pushback about love is conditional, but then y'all are transactional. Like, which is it? Here's what I mean when I say love is conditional. There needs to be a balance between love for another and love for the self. Now, some people may say, maybe this is a new concept, right? Because for years and years and thousands of years, we were taught to be selfless in love and, do all these things for the other person, regardless of what we got back. That's kind of what we were sold, especially romantic love. And now we're waking up as more evolved men and women, and we're saying, okay, but I also want to balance some self-love in there. I don't want to feel like I have to abandon myself to love you. I shouldn't have to abandon myself to be with you. Like, there should be a balance between self-love and the love of another person. Okay? And that's what I mean by love is conditional. Because if there are things that a man can do that I would have to remove access. I would have to withdraw my relationship with him. And maybe, some people have told me, well, don't use the word love, Anita, use relationship. Okay. So maybe relationship is conditional because yes, I would remove access. I would remove the relationship that we are in based on what he's doing or not doing. Okay. And I encourage a man to do the same. If a woman is doing something or not doing something, okay, the relationship is conditional. It is based on need meeting. It is based on, that's, honestly, can we be honest? That's the whole reason why people are getting into relationship is need meeting. They have needs that they want the other person to meet. Now, the highest calling for a relationship is service. I believe both of those things can coexist. I can get my needs met and I can also be of service to another person. Okay? So service is my number one reason for being in relationship. Like that's my number one reason. And then a close second is need meeting. Okay? I lead with service. Even in my friendships. I've made a lot of new friendships. And I love doing things for other people. I love being there for other people. I love being a safe space and a safe person for other people. Like, that's what really does it for me. There are also needs that I have. There's things that I want from the friendship. Okay? So I believe those two things can coexist. And it should not be one or the other. It should not be me getting into relationship just to be of service to other people. And it shouldn't just be me taking. There has to be a balance between those two things. Okay? We don't talk enough about that. But what I'm going to say as someone who's, been studying relationships and is a relationship scientist, I've been studying this stuff for 25 years. Reading books, studying under other people, taking courses, getting certified, all the things. I have finally come to a healthy place where I want to balance love for another person and love for the self. That is what makes me feel fulfilled in a relationship. So I don't want to just give, and do, and I'm not there to take and take and take. Okay? There needs to be a balance there. And yes, I want to believe that that person, you know, has an affinity for me. That person, that's what when I think of love, I think of there's a genuine, I like this person, but there's also a connection, there's a calling, there's a affinity. Like, yeah, I love Anita. I want to do this for Anita. I want to make Anita's day, you know, better, lighter. I want to see Anita smile, you know, and doing things for her. It just makes me feel so good inside, and she appreciates the things I do. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Okay? Modern day people, that done went clean over your head. Like, that done went clean over your head, because again, it's transactional. The whole concept of love or being in love with a person, do you know, I can't tell y'all in the last 5 years how many people that I've worked with, talked to, and I ask all of them, have you ever been in love? I ask all of them that question. And I'd say probably 60% of them have said no. And these are adults, y'all. These are grown-ups. These are not little kids. These are people who've been on the planet 30, 40 years, and you've never been in love? You've never... I remember I was on a streak one time, and it was one particular month last year where every woman who was coming into my practice, every new woman who was coming into my practice, y'all, I gotta look at my GPS so I know where I'm going. When I would ask her about her dating life or relationships, this 1 month, like, every woman who came into practice was like, I've never been in a relationship. And I was like, excuse me? These women were 32, 30, 37? How do you live 37 years and you've never been in a romantic relationship? You've never been. That's wild. That's wild to me. I'm still mind blown. How do you live that long and you have not had a romantic relationship? Okay, 6 months, a year, 2 years. You've not been in love. What is happening? And then what's so funny to me? It ain't funny, haha. Y'all think we doing good. Y'all think we're better. There's people out there that think people are better in 2025. That somehow we're doing so much better. No, we're not. You got a whole generation of people who have never been in love, and you think we're doing better? No, we're not. Like, we're not. You got a whole generation of people that think the word service is a dirty word. I'm supposed to serve another? No, yuck. Like, that's not good. That is not good, y'all. That's not good. So, yes, you are going to need more than love of another. You're going to need love of self. You're going to need love of God. And you're going to need a whole lot of other things, right? You're going to need self-respect and dignity. You're going to need respect from your partner. You're going to need consideration. That's a huge one. We don't talk about enough. You're going to need to consider that other person, and they consider you. You're going to need to be able to talk to them and have hard conversations. You're going to need to be honest and open and transparent and vulnerable. Okay? There's a whole lot that you're going to need in a romantic relationship. So when we say love is not enough, we really mean in romantic relationship, because love is all you need if you're talking about God. Love is all you need if you're talking about Jesus. Yeah, I'm good. I have the love of Jesus. Done. Done. I'm good. But we're talking about with another human being. With another valuable, flawed human being, you're going to need more than love. Your feelings is not enough. And it shouldn't be. Because I have women staying in horrible situations. And guess what? When I say, okay, so explain to me why, you keep going back, or you keep, you're with this man. Well, I love him. No. And then, you know what I say? And they get mad. I say, other than that, don't say love. What else you got? And they ain't got nothing else. They got nothing else. Well, I love him. I've let him choke me 3 or 4 times, but I love him. We fought. He's stolen money from me. He won't work, but I love him. Nah. She said, when I think of love, I think about Jesus Christ, the unconditional love he has for me. If it be God's will for me to marry again, he would have to be in love of Christ, inside him, a true follower. Same. I'm right along with you. Because really, when I think of love is all we need, it's Jesus. That's the first thing that come to mind. Love is all we need. I think of Jesus dying on the cross. I do not think of a man. I do not think of a flawed human being. Okay? Because guess what? I don't even think, if I'm being honest, and a lot of people don't like it, but I'm going to say it. I don't think human beings are capable of unconditional love. I don't think we are capable of it. I think that when the fall happened, when sin entered the world, it removed unconditional love amongst humans. That's what I think. And the closest thing to unconditional love among humans is mother to child. And look, y'all know of some mothers that don't have unconditional love for their child. So again, that's proving my point. I'm not sure if we humans are even capable of true unconditional love. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say about that. If he is a true follower of Christ, he would follow the instructions the Bible tells him how to treat me precisely. So I'm right there with you, sis. I said the same thing. I'm either going to do this life with Jesus and God and the wonderful life that I have, or the next husband will be God's guy. Outside of that, I'm good. Only with the Holy Spirit, that's right. So I'm good. And look, people get mad when I say that. They get mad when I say I'm good. That tell you something right there. Okay? No, but I'm being serious. I am. But that's interesting to me because, like I said, it has been socialized in us for years, hundreds of years, that if we really love a person and if they really love us, we can get through anything. We can do anything. And, it's that. So they love to say gender is a social construct. No, baby. That is a social construct. That love is all we need. That's a social construct. That's something that we made up. We made it up because it sounds good, don't it? Don't it sound good? That if he wanted to, he would. If he loved you enough, he would. And the truth is, baby, we are flawed. We are fallen. We are all imperfect. We can't love unconditionally. And you sitting here giving marks off for people, that's everybody, including you. Like, once the fall happened, we're not built to unconditionally love. We can't even obey the Lord, okay? We can't even obey God. Even God gives us a measure of free will because we can't obey. He teaches us how to live. And look, the main thing he doing is he teaching you how to live so that you can have a good life. So that you can be better and you're not even doing it. You like, I don't want to do that. And the only person that's going to benefit is you. And you like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. So, love will never be all that you need. You have got to develop yourself completely. And especially in romantic relationships. Like I said, that is the social construct. The fairy tale, the white knight, the prince charming, the girl in the tower that needs rescuing. No, everybody has got to grow up. Everyone has to mature. Everyone has to address their wounds, their traumas, their childhood stuff. And then everyone has got to come together and be patient with each other and empathetic and kind and compassionate, right? So while I'm being empathetic and compassionate to others, I want them to give that to me also. And that is how we're going to get somewhere, okay? But first, we have to go in. We have to develop these qualities within us, okay? But that's a huge issue. We want to solve all of our problems by running to other people. We want other people to make us feel good about ourselves. And that's a recipe for disaster. And then you want unconditional love. You want this unconditional. And look, let me just say this, and then I'm going to jump off of it. Men, this is my sticking point with men. And then I'm going to leave it alone. So how you feel about this is how you feel about it. But it is my personal sticking point. It's something that I really struggle with men specifically. You ready? So this idea of loyalty, I understand that is a concept that men feel very strongly about. They want loyal. They want faithful, right? I got. Yes, and you should, you know. So that part I get. The loyalty, the faithfulness, I get that. But it's this, let's add another layer to the loyalty and the faithfulness. Then they want ride or die. And you know what that is saying in essence? Put up with my BS. That's my sticking point. Put up with whatever I put out. Whatever I do to you, or whatever I'm not doing, I want you to put up with it. I want you to stay regardless of how you're treated. I want you to stay regardless of how you're feeling. I just need you to put up with it. I need you to stick it out with me, whether I'm falling off, and not only did I fall off, I stayed off, okay? Because they love to give you the example of, well, what about, if he loses his job, or what about if he gets sick, or if he, okay, we understand that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you lost your job and 2 years has gone by. And they really want you to stick it out. They feel like that's unconditional love. That's unconditional love. I have to love myself too. I have to have healthy boundaries with you. I can't continue to take care of a grown man and these kids. Like, there has to be limits, okay? That's my sticking point with men. When they say ride or die, have my back, and it's really code for putting up with the BS, putting up with whatever I come with, regardless of how negative it is, regardless of how hurtful it can be. That's, to me, and this is Anita. Okay, I'm not putting this on nobody else. This is Anita. That's what I hear. Okay, that's what I hear in my head. That I'm gonna put you through some stuff. I'm gonna put you through some things, and I'm gonna need you to accept it. That's what I hear. Okay. Should you expect your woman to be loyal? Of course you should. Should she be faithful? Yes. Should you have each other's back in times of hard times and things happening, things out of your control? Yes, of course. But if you start saying stuff like ride or die and, don't leave, unconditional love, like, what we talking about? What we talking about? Because it sounds to me like what we talking about is no matter what I do, no matter what happened, you should stay. That's what it feel like to me. That's what it feel like. It feel like I have to abandon myself, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not prepared to do that. So if I go out here and sleep around and it lead to a baby, I'm sorry. I was wrong, and this no. Yeah. He said if you want unconditional love, get a puppy. Well, we've already determined that the only unconditional love is God, is Jesus. But y'all want unconditional love from a flawed human being. It's just not gonna happen. Because I'm letting you know. And look, I got 3 things, gentlemen. I got 3 things that I tell a man from jump. If any of these 3 things occur, I'm gone. I'm telling you. It's not a secret. Like, I'm telling you from the jump. I told my husband from the jump, if one of these 3 things happen, Anita is done. Anita is done. Okay? That's how much I know myself. That's how much I love myself. Okay? But that's my sticking point. If I'm being honest, that's my sticking point. Is when they start talking like, well, okay, so let me give you another scenario from my life. I'm talking to a man, right? I'm just, talking to him, and he's telling me the story about what happened in his marriage or, his ex or whatever, right? And we just talking. Well, and this is how the story go, right? This him, right? My wife left me. I said, okay, so she left you. Tell me what preceded the leaving you. Like, what happened? And initially, it sold like, ain't nothing happened. Like, ain't nothing happened. She just left. Baby boy, come on now. Come on. I was born at 4:05 p.m. in the afternoon, but not yesterday. Okay? What happened? Because that's a story that I'm not buying it. Okay? I'm not buying it. What else you got? Yeah, she just left. And as the story continues, because I ask questions, right? That's me. I ask questions. Well, there was issues with infidelity, or there were issues with, I was underemployed, or I was not employed at all, or, and then the story come out. The truth start to come out. Okay? That's what happened. The truth started to come out, and it's all okay. It's reasons. Or we weren't going on dates. I wasn't taking care of myself. I gained 50 pounds. Or my hygiene, as I'm asking questions, okay, then we figuring out what happened. Because I ain't buying the whole, she just left. No. Come on, y'all. Stop it. Okay? Let's tell the truth here. There was some neglect. There was some direct things that you did that you probably shouldn't have been doing, right? Something happened. But let's not play like, I was the man of her dreams and she woke up one day and left me. That's not what happened. I just can't. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. That's all I'm going to say about that. I can't do it. So, all right, I'm coming up to my address. So that's my sticking point, and I own it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I own the fact that that's my sticking point. When a man presents it in such a way, I just want a woman to have my back. I just want her to be loyal or faithful. I want the ride or die or whatever, however they present it. The first thing that go through my head is you going to put me through some stuff. That's the first thing I think. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That's the first thing I think. You letting me know you about to put me through the ringer, and I better stay regardless. That's how it's interpreted. And then I let you know that love is conditional. Okay? And remember, I'm not supposed to be saying love is conditional. I'm supposed to be saying relationship is conditional. So I'm gonna clean it up. Relationship is conditional. Because I can tell you right now, if you put your hands on me, if you cheat on me and bring something home or have a baby outside of the marriage, right? If you are so bold as to bring that woman to my house, okay? If you are addicted to anything, we done. We done. I got nothing for you. Okay? I'm not going down with that ship. Those are things that, in my opinion, are incredibly egregious. Those are things that could destroy me and my life and my children. So I'm good. Okay? I'm good. But again, A man saying, well, dang, Anita, you know, you supposed to be, and you, if you married and blah, 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 and okay, okay. Because remember, I am to submit. I am to be a lot of things to my husband, but my husband must be submitted. Okay? My husband must be submitted to the ways of the Lord. And if he's putting his hands on me, if he's addicted to substances, if he's addicted to pornography, if he's out here having sex with people that's not me, he is not submitted to God. Okay? So that's where the problem is starting. Is he's not submitted to the Lord. So he's leading me to hell, right? The man should be leading me to heaven, not hell. So yeah, I'm going to save myself. I'm going to save myself. And if you a man and you have a problem with that, you the problem. Like, you the problem. Can I be honest? If anything I just said, like, makes you feel like Anita's a horrible person. How dare she? Okay, y'all, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. How dare she save herself? Okay, I'm supposed to be going into the parking lot. But how dare I save myself? How dare I save my children? Right? How dare I get away from a physically abusive man? How dare I get away from that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. And I'm going to be honest. That's what you're saying to me. So if you are a man and you are saying you have a problem with me getting away from an abusive man, you're the problem. You're the problem. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You are the problem. So I just wanted to explain that because a lot of people been confused. They've been confused when I say this whole love is not conditional. They're really confused by that. But relationship is conditional, right? Love is conditional. Relationship is conditional. There are conditions. There are things that you can do to me. There are things that you cannot do, that you can neglect our relationship. You cannot spend time with me. You cannot talk to me. You cannot be physically affectionate with me. You cannot, provide for the household. There are lots of things that you could do or not do that would end the relationship. And guess what? Adult people understand that. That's not something that we need to have a 40-minute conversation about. Adult people understand that. They know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you are emotionally immature, if you are wounded, if you have a mother wound or a father wound, if you didn't get all the love and the care that you needed as a child, you're going out into the world saying, love is unconditional. Unconditionally love me and ride or die and be with me and have my back. Okay, let me tell y'all something else before I get on in here. You ready? You ready? And some people ain't going to like this. A lot of people want a guarantee. You want a guarantee with your relationship. Again, you'll understand this if you are an adult. There are no guarantees. There are no guarantees. When you choose to love another person, when you choose to enter into a relationship with another person, there's no guarantees. See, it's called risk. You are taking a risk. And any person who gets in a relationship with you is taking a risk. But that's the part that I'm like not getting, that people want this like guarantee. I want to guarantee that the marriage is going to make it for 50 years. I want to guarantee that I'm not going to get cheated on. I want to guarantee that nothing bad is going to happen. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. And again, it's an emotionally immature person that doesn't understand that. You're a child if you don't understand that life and love involves risk. There is risk involved. There's risk involved in starting a business. There's risk involved in buying a home. There's risk, there's risk. Life and love is about risks. So let's not do that. Okay, I'm just going to look at some comments real quick. It's the biggest lesson I learned last year is that love don't conquer all. It's a lie. No, only God's love. Only God's love. Sorry, y'all. Yes and yes. Dropping bombs. If you want unconditional love, get a puppy. Yep. Even God's love is conditional. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's always a two-way street. Relationships are 100. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here because I desperately need this facial. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. This message is going to go over a lot of people's heads. That's all I'm going to say. Right? Some people are not going to get it because they are going to filter it through their wounds. They're going to filter it through their divorces. They're going to filter it through their breakups. They're going to filter it through their mother wound, their father wound, or whatever happened to them in their childhood. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. And those of you who do get it, like, you get it. Okay? But the truth is, love and relationship is conditional, because I just do not believe that we as fallen human beings can really offer another person true unconditional love. That's something you're going to need God for. That's why we all need Jesus, because that is the true unconditional love. Okay? All right, good talk. I hope this was, well received and understood. School is going to be starting on February 1st, which is a Saturday, and I am going to put some information down in the description box. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link to join is in the description box, and I'm also going to probably cut in this video a little advertisement about Skool so you all will understand and know what all we're going to be doing there. But I'm super excited to get this whole thing going. So I hope I see you over on Skool. It is Single Seeking Soulmate. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And remember to give this video a thumbs up. I need to get back into the algorithm. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.